We are going to see how to have a JWT authentication in Node.js with the help of Angular 6 application. So first of all, I'm going to create two different folders for that. One folder is for server, another folder we are creating here is for client. Inside server, we are going to use Express framework. Let us open it and install Express. Oh, sorry. First, we have to just create our express.js package.json. So package.json is a JSON file that contains all the dependencies required by our project. I think once we have done with this npm init, we can see that now we do have inside server.json package.json available there. Now, as we have already opened this particular server folder, we are already in this server folder. Let us install express followed by datasheet. So Express is nothing but it is a Node.js framework for creating REST API there. Meanwhile, what you want to do is that just go back and inside the client folder, just create the Angular 6 application. So I'm opening it in the terminal and inside client folder, I am just trying to create a new Angular 6 application. So ng new, and then I'm doing here just example. Let the name of the project is example. So once we run this command ng new example, then this scaffolding will take place and complete Angular 6 application going to be installed here. So as it is going on, let us go to our server folder, and what we want to do is that npm install, and let us install JSON web token followed by datasheet. So this is one of the module inside Node.js, and so if you search for JSON web token npm in your Google, you can see that JSON web token is one of the module that is used to create a web token for our login credentials. So once any from the login page, if anybody logs in, and the server will check that whether that particular credential is correct or not. So suppose we have created a application where we are checking the credential given by the user on the client end. Through this JWT, we can just call the sign method, and we will create a new token for that particular user. Once the server sends this token to the client machine, generally that particular user stores that particular token in local storage or session storage. This token is used for rest of future calls. So whenever he need to uh, invoke some of the other method or some of the other API of the server in future, he need to pass the token along with header to the server. Once the request comes to the server just checks the header of that particular user request, checks token inside it, and verify that particular token. Once that token gets verified, then he authenticate that particular user and then respond according to the request. It is very important to first create a token from the server end, and then for each request from the client side, the client machine or the client user has to send that particular token along with header for every request. I think we have already installed with JSON web token as well. So now let us open the Visual Studio Code, and we are going to open Visual Studio Code, our editor. Where is my editor? Visual Studio Code. JSON. We have just opened our editor. Now open the project folder. I'm just opening our project folder. Our project folder is I think I have created JWT revising one. Now we are here. We have a client folder. We have server folder. Let us go inside the server folder. And for now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a new file here, app.js. Now once we are going to create app.js, we have to see which framework we are using here. Here we are using Express framework. So where Express equal to require express. So we are doing this because in JavaScript, if you want to import any module, we have to use require keyword here. Where app is equal to express. There is a method inside express which just initialize our application. So when we invoke this express method, our application gets initialized and we get its reference inside the app variable. Now we want to listen our application at port number 3000. You can take any port number. And then in ECMA 6 we have lambda operator, so I'm directly using this lambda operator. And here I'm printing console.log server starts. Server starts. Fine. Now let me to run this for a moment and go here. Here we have JWT. Open this particular in the Windows. And here ls I am doing, we are already inside that particular server folder. Here we can see that we have app.js. So let us run this with app.js, node app.js. Server starts. Now we have to do a couple of things. So now we are going to connect our this NodeJS application, this Express application with MongoDB. So for that we need to with one more separate module, that is Mongoose. Mongoose is generally used, it acts as a ORM tool, and Mongoose generally used to connect our application with the MongoDB. So let us go here and just search for Mongoose. You can see here we have Mongoose, and you can see the whole description of Mongoose here online, right? So we have to import this Mongoose with the help of require keyword, and then we have to connect with that particular specific database. So let us first install Mongoose. So I think we are already here, ls, we are already inside the server folder. Version working directory is server, you can see. So we have created two separate folders, one is for client, another for server. Now we are inside the server folder. Npm install and mongwse mongoose -shiv. So now we are installing our Mongoose. On the client side, what we are writing here, where Mongoose equal to require, and here we have Mongoose. Perfect. So import any module inside your JavaScript. We are generally using the require keyword. Now what we need to do here is that mongoose dot connect, and here we have to give URL that is mongodb :/localhost, and what database we want for this. So for now we are taking JWT example database for now, and then we have this, we will write here console.log, we are logging on the console, database connected, fine, database connected. Now what to do, let us, okay, so database connected. So we also have to start our MongoDB server because I am using the Mac machine. So for this, simply I have to type here MongoDB. Generally what happens in Windows, we have to go to C drive inside program files and MongoDB, and there you can see the path and you can just run their MongoDB there. But in Mac machine, simply we have set the path so that directly we can run MongoDB command and you can see our MongoDB server get started. At the same time, I am also want to open the uh, the MongoDB CLI so that when I fire show DBs, it can be able to show me the total database created up to now. Here you can see here we have specified localhost slash JWTEX example, but that database we are not able to see here because it is not created. Once we run our application, automatically this database gets created within this particular MongoDB server. So now what we have to do is that we have to create a model. Why we are going to create a model? Because whenever we are working with Mongoose, it acts as a ORM tool. So it first generates an object and that particular object interact with the database. But object can be created only when we have model class for that. For example, if we have a user class, then only we can create object of user class. If you have product class, product model class, then only we can create the object of product model class. If we have a category model class, then only we can create the object of category class here. So for now, I am creating a folder models so that all the models file we can create inside it. Now inside it, I am going to create user.model.js. Now let us create the model, means we are going to create the schema of our user table or user collection. So where mongwse mongoose is equal to require, and we are just importing mongwse mongoose. Now mongoose, sorry, we have to create a schema. So user schema equal to new mongwse mongoose dot schema, and here we have to define within, because we are passing an object inside this particular schema method, we have to define what actually fields you need inside this a user table or user collection. First of all, I want a name that is of string type. Perfect. And then I need email, that is also I want to be a string type. And then I need a phone number that is of again of a string type. I'm taking this string type. And then password I want to be string type. That's all. We can work for this thing only. Now what we have to do after we have created a schema, we have to do module dot exports. Why we are using module dot exports? Because in JavaScript, if you want to use one module inside another module, we have to use module dot export. We have to export that particular module. Once we export a module in JavaScript, then only we can import it in another file there. The module export equal to, I am using mongwse mongoose dot model. So what the name of model, what the name you want to assign to this model? I want to give the name of model as user, but for this particular model, what schema we want to use? We want to use this schema. I think we have already used here this schema. We are using this particular schema for our user model, where name is of string type, email is of this, phone is of this, and password is of this. Later on we will check our login credential with the help of email and password. Fine. Now go to the app and try to import that one. So okay, fine, that's fine. We have already created our model. Now what we want to do is that we want to create a API for registering the user. We have already a schema gets generated. Because we already have a schema gets generated, so we can insert the record inside our collection. So let us create a API for that. Let us, so For that API, we have to create a router. So let us create a route for our account section. Account section include login, register, everything. So again, I am creating a new folder inside it with the name routings. Right? We are ROUTI and these are routings. Inside routings, first routing I am going to create for account.js. Now here what we are going to do, we are going to create express, again require express. Why we are going to use this? Because for creating our routing object, we need help of this particular express object. So where route equal to express dot router, we have created our route object. Now with the help of this route object, route dot, so because we want to create a post method so that we can insert record inside it, so I am going to create a routing with name sign up, and here we have a request and response object. A response contains the reference of browser. Perfect. Now because we are using lambda operator, so arrow operator, fine. Now what we have to do here, once we are going to create sign up method, the first thing is to display whether we are going to fetch all the request fetch all the requests that is submitted by the user. So suppose user has sent its name, email ID, contact number, etc. Then at least whenever he's calling this particular API, when he's calling this our sign up API, at least we are able to see what he is sending from his side. Therefore, I'm just going to print console.log and the post request is, and here we are putting request.body. Right? We are putting request.body. Perfect. So we have created a post method here, but at the same time we have to use module.exports, and here we are passing a route, right? Route object. Now what we are going to do, we have to import this particular file inside our main file. So just going here and routing start, and here we are going to put routing end. Now what is the thing here, where I'm going to use our account route. So account router is equal to account router is equal to, we are using require, and then we are importing that particular folder. So we have to go inside routing, so routing and then slash, we have account. Perfect. So we have imported our account.js. Now I have to register this account router object to the middleware. So to use a middleware, we have to use app.use, and what we are specifying that when anything contains slash API slash account, then please invoke this routing object. Perfect. Now let us do something, and let us restart our server. To regularly open your server, to regularly run your server, we can use nodemon, but for now we are not using nodemon. So we have to just stop our server, and then we have to again restart our server. Node app.js. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do, let me to use a Postman to check whether our API is working fine or not. So let us open Postman. So I have opened this particular Postman here. Just open this and then invoke the API. So we have to open the API with localhost http://localhost port number 3000 followed by /API/account/signup. So http colon slash slash, and then we have localhost followed by 3000 port followed by API slash, let us see we are using account. So just go here and paste here account followed by, I think, what API we have created for account, sign up API. So go here and put here is sign up. So the method we have to check here is post and what body. So raw data we want to see, we want to pass some object. So in post method we want to pass some object. So but before that I have to see what model I have created. So I have created this particular thing. So go here and paste this, all those things here means and this should be of JSON type. So I am putting name and I am passing value inside it, suppose Mohan, and then we have email and sorry, and the value want to pass is mohan@gmail.com. And again one more key value pair we have inside this object. Phone number I am putting anything like 123, this one I am putting, and password for now I am putting here is, so when we are working on the real application we generally encrypt this particular password, but for now I am directly taking because password is also a string type, 1 2 3 4 5 6 I am taking. Let me to send this request. Oh, so what we are seeing is that whenever we are submitting our request, this is showing undefined. This is because whenever we are submitting our request to the server, our server cannot be able to parse our request. So to parse our request in JSON format, we need one more middleware on our server side, where body parser equal to require body dash parser. For body parser, we do not need to import some external module. Within our Express framework, we have already body parser present here. Now, what we have to do is that just go down and body parser dot. So we have to just use body parser in middleware. So we have to register this body parser through middleware. To register anything through middleware, we have to use app.use and then body parser dot URL encoded, and we have extended true. So here we are setting the URL encoding for our browser. By default, URL encoding for our browser is UTF-8 app.use. Then I have to register again body parser dot JSON. So we have applied these two lines so that any request coming from the client side, our application can be able to parse all those requests. Now go to the server and restart your server again. Oh, damn. Now let us again send this particular request. Now we are able to see that on the server side we can be able to parse all the requests inside in JSON format. Now what we need to do, we need to submit or we need to save all these record inside our database. So go to the editor and inside the account section, let us use the model. So we have created a model where user equal to, let us import that model first. So to import model, we have models folder. Inside models folder we have user.model. So once we have imported our model, we can use it. Through this model we are going to save our record. So what we can do is let us create where user equal to new user. We are going to create an object and then user dot. So what the fields we have inside that? So we have fields like name, email, phone first, So name equal to request dot body dot name, user dot है ना email equal to request dot body dot email, user dot password equal to request dot body dot password, and user dot, now we have and phone, I think we have phone also, phone. So phone equal to request dot body dot phone. Fine. So we have initialized our object with name, email, password, and phone, and then what we have to do? Simply we have to do user dot save, right? We are calling user dot save. So inside this function we have error, and then whatever we have saved, this console dot log user get saved. But again, if error, because we have first parameter as error, so if any error will come, we have to do this thing, response.json. We have to send a response to the browser that success is false, because there is some error coming here, so we have success false, and message we are putting here as problem, some problem, or problem in saving user record, right? And but if it is not an error, then we can response else response dot json, as you success is true, and message is SUWCWS successfully saved record. That's all. Fine. So let us restart our server and check whether we are going to save our record or not through sign up API. Let us, yeah, fine. So when I send it, you can see successfully saved record. So let us check it in Mongo. Again, we have to use these so DVs. Perfect. We have JWTX database gets created. So use this one, and so collections. Perfect. We have users gets created. Users table, or in MongoDB language we tell tables as a collection. So here users is a collection. So users dot find dot pretty. Okay, so we have to find db.users.find. db.users.find. Perfect. We have this first document inserted in our collection. That's good. Let us insert one more record inside our database. Sohan at gmail.com. This and password is this. Saved. Perfect. Now go here and again run this command. Now you can see that Mohan as well as Sohan gets stored or in our database. Now we have to create a login API to check whether this particular username, or just make a login API in which we are going to provide email and password. So go here inside our account section, and now along with this sign up route dot, now we have a post method again, and login. We have a two object, request and response. We are passing through it. Now we have to check username and password, sorry, email and password. So for this user dot find, and here we are checking email if it is request dot body dot email, है ना, also we are checking password and we are checking request dot body dot password, request body dot password. After this we have to get the user for which we are trying to log in. So if there is any error, then what we have to do, we have to just response.json success is false and message we have that incorrect login. But if it is not an error, then we have response. Okay, why it is giving problem? If error, then this. Okay, anywhere we are getting any problem. If error, oh, we haven't used lambda operator. This is lambda operator. So response.json, and here we have, so we have to pass an object. So response.json, we have success as true, and then we have message as successful login, SUCCESS full, something like that. Perfect. Response.json, res.json. Some error is coming. Okay. We have already used lambda operator, and if error is there, we are sending response.json. If it is this, oh, we have two times we have written this one. Okay, so correct login, that's all. Fine. Now let us check this on our here. So let us open a new tab in this particular Postman, and then http://localhost followed by port number 3000, and then API, and then account, and then login. We have to check a post method body. We have to take a raw data JSON type. Here we are taking email. We are taking email as mohan@gmail.com, because I remember we have registered a user which Mohan, having email as mohan@gmail.com, and password I am taking as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let us run this. Oh, mohan@gmail.com, password 1 2 3 4 5 6. I don't know what the error is coming, so let us try to check. Cannot post API account login. Why? Oh, okay. I think we haven't restarted our server. So restart our server and just try to run it again. Cannot get API. Oh, and now we have post method. Sorry. So inside this one we have raw data. Again we have to pass it. Check it as JSON format. Here we are taking email, and email we have taken as mohan@gmail.com, comma. Again we are taking password, and password is 1 2 3 4 5 6. We have taken perfect. It's a correct login. Okay, correct login is fine, but why it is coming false? We have to take it true, because when it's a correct login we have to take it true. Again restart the server and go here, send correct login. Now we have to do new thing here. What we have to do, once a person is login successfully, we have to generate a token for him. So to generate a token for him, what we have to use? We have to use JWT library, JWT module here. So where JWT equal to require JSON wave token. So we have already imported this particular JSON wave token through npm. Now through this particular object, if he is a successful login, jwt.sign, we have already a method inside it, jwt.sign method. So here what we have to do is that here first we have to pass object that we want to, for which we want to create the token. So I think already we have created a, so once we successfully find the user through email and password, it gives the reference of that particular user inside this user keyword parameter, and then what we are going to use, we are going to pass this particular user, because this user is already an object that this query has find through email and password. Second is the secret key that we want to use to encrypt this particular user and to generate a token, JSON token. So for this I am creating 1 2 3. I'm just using this as a secret key, and then we have this callback function. So inside this we have one error, another is token. So let us console.log the token generated is, and we have this token. Perfect, 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 fine. Now token generated is this token. User, whatever the user we got through our email and password query, once we got that particular user, we are going to generate a token for it, and we have also displayed it through console.log. Let us check this first and then we'll do anything else. Now where is my server? This is my server, and let me to restart my server, and then again I have to check this login, correct login, go to the server. Oh shit, undefined, it is coming. Why it is coming undefined? Go here. So jwt.shine, let us go to the documentation first and see what we have actual. JWT is here, and if you see the documentation, jwt.sign, and okay, so it's a synchronous type. We are just capturing it as a asynchronous. So let me to remove everything. Right, so do this where token equal to this, and now we have console.log the generated token is token. Restart the server, clear the console screen, and just send it again. Oh my goodness, why it is this? Check what I have done. Where token JWT to sign, this is our object, this is our secret key, and I'm just going to print token, and then this one, it is telling payload again unconnected MongoDB. Payload is plain text, plain object. Okay, okay, go here, clear it, this one, going here, send it again. Same thing is coming. Why? We already have MongoDB started. Yes, we already have everything. Okay, fine. Let us do first. I am commenting this two line to check whether everything is working fine as earlier or not. Go here, clear it, restart it, go here, and oh, now it's fine. think there is some problem in JWT. Okay. So JWT.sign and this object and this. Okay, fine, fine. One thing I want to tell you, if we call the find method, then it will give the array of record based on this email and password filter. So better to use find one. So find one will give the one object only, and then again open this one, and then again open this one. I think earlier it was providing some array to this user. Now it is providing an object. So I think this time it may run fine. Go here and then oh sit. What is payload? Okay, so let us go here. User colon user, and then close this object. Sign method we are doing, है ना? JSON web token, and go here, clear. And one more thing, I think we have already installed JSON web token. I think yeah, we have already installed it. Send. Oh, perfect. Now we have correct login. So if I'm going here, this is the token generated for us. Perfect. Now what we have to do, once our token gets generated successfully, then we have to send this token. So now at this time I'm sending token equal to whatever token we have generated here. So copy this token and paste it here. Let us again restart our server, make it clear, restart it, go here and then send it. Perfect. So now our login is successful and we are getting this particular token. Now what is the idea is that once our token gets generated, let us create a profile route, and let us get the information of that particular user with the help of this token. So what happens once we generate token, this goes to the client machine, and for each future request that is from the client machine, so whatever API client want to access from the server, he has to pass his token. Once the server authenticate that particular token, then only user can be able to access that token successfully, can be able to access that particular REST API successfully. So again I'm going here and I'm creating a new routing for profile. So profile.js. Now let us copy some of the things from account.js, and here we have profile. I'm just deleting everything from here, right? And fine. Now we have JSON web token, and we have user model also, and we have router object also, and express also. Now here what we were going to do, a route dot get method, and we have a profile API, and inside the callback function we have request comma response, right? We have request comma response. Now a response dot JSON, for testing only I am just sending message working, right? Now let us register this particular profile routing through the application. So app.use, what we are telling, if the URL is followed by API slash profile है ना, then please register. Okay, so first we have to import that particular JS file where profile router, as we have already used account router, so this time profile router equal to require, and then Inside routing we have profile routing. Perfect. Now we need to register this particular object. So whenever we have API followed by profile, this object gets invoked. But talking about this particular routing profile, I'm giving it not profile, I'm giving it what I want user information. So user, I'm putting profile that's user. Perfect. So I want to get information on this particular user. Fine. So restart our server. And and one more thing, because we have already generated the token, just copy it somewhere. I'm just opening some editor, notepad, and just paste. So next time what I'm going to do, just open a new tab. I'm just copying this one and pasting it here. Now it is not account, but it is a profile. Inside profile we have a user and send. Okay, so go here. After we have to restart our server and just send it. Perfect, working. So we are just checking this API whether it's working or not. Now let us go here, and first thing, because we are passing the token through header, so where token equal to request dot headers, and inside headers we want to search for whether there is any token or not. So if there is any token, then what we have to do, we have to response dot json, for now we are putting message, token is there. But if there is no any token, then response.json, no token available, no token is there. Fine. So restart our server. Now make it clear and then open it. See, no token is there. So if there is any no token, so we have to set the token to the header. So click on headers, type token and paste the token. So I think we have this token, we have already pasted there. And Control V, set. Token is there. Now if token is there, we have to validate that particular token. So go here and so JWT dot, now we have a verify method. Inside this, first we will pass the token, and second we will use that secret key that we have used earlier, 1 2 3, and then we have a value response. So once we get verified, what we have to do, this one, Control X, this. So once we verified, we have a error and then we have a user or decoded item, decoded, we have decoded token. Fine. So token is there, followed by, I am just putting here decoded to check whether it's working fine or not. Decoded. So let us restart our server again, and this, because token is a self-contained architecture. Oh, we don't have anything. We don't have anything here. Why we don't have anything here? Okay, so go to the account section. We are using 1 2 3 only, and whatever user we are getting through find one, we are passing to this one. Okay, but at the same time, let me to print here console.log, the find user is, we need to check in login again what the token we are generating, so whether we are creating token for the right user or not. So go here, and then go to this login again, and oh, we are not getting any user. Okay, this is the problem. So why we are not getting any user? If we are using find one, we are passing request.body.email, request.body.password. Yes, we are using email and password only. Then error and user. If error, then this. If user, then we have to print that user. Okay, suppose if I'm using error find, है ना, find, because in MongoDB also we have used the find method. Go here, Mongo find method, yes. Okay, let us see this. Go here, restart the server, and then go here, send, and here we have. What I'm thinking, maybe this request.body.email is not coming, maybe. So let us console it also. So console.log, this one followed by some dash dash, and then we have request.body.password to check whether it's working or not. So let us restart our server, make a clear, restart our server again, go here, and yes, this is mohan@gmail.com 123456. mohan@gmail.com, Mohan, M-O-H-N, Mohan at the rate, sit, we have used double L. You see here we have a double L. So, we have to again send it, and then we have to see, yeah, complete user is coming. Perfect, guys, perfect. So again I am doing find one, and we are finding it, and we are getting the token for it. So let's restart our server, clear it, and because we have your find one, whatever user we are getting, we are going to create token from the user that we got through this find one method. Perfect. So we have already started our server. Go to the Postman, and now this is our actual token created. Now let me to save it. I'm just going to replace this one and paste it by this one. Again this. Perfect. So what we have to do next time, when I'm going to check the profile of this particular user, I have to pass token as well. Perfect. So when I am going to use this particular user, when I'm going to call this particular profile API, we are sending out token, the server is validating my token, and it is responding back the complete information to me. Perfect. So go to the profile.js, and now what we have to do, once it is verifying the thing, it is sending me the complete profile information. That's fine. I think now we are getting the complete information of that particular user. But one thing we are not doing good is that actually we have a lot of API. We have slash user, we have slash that, we have slash something else. We have a lot of REST API there, and for every API call we are checking this. We are just calling this JWT.verify method. There should be some mechanism, there should be some middleware that automatically for each and every REST API the verification will takes place. So I think for this we need to create some middleware. So I'm going to create a folder middlewares, and I'm going to create all custom middleware inside it. So inside this particular middleware I am just creating a file JWT check, and I have to create a file, right? Okay, okay, okay. So JWT check dot js. Now inside this, what we have to do is that where JWT equal to require, and we have to JSON web token. We have already imported this particular, we have already installed this particular module, JSON web token. So module dot exports, as I told you, when we need to uh, import any of these JS file, any of the JS module inside another file, another module, then first we have to export it, then only we can import that particular JS module inside another module. So module.exports, I am putting here callback function, है ना? This callback function contains a request comma response. Now what we have to do is that we have to write this code here that we have written here. So this is what we are going to do. So copy and this one. So through response we are just through request, actually through request we are extracting the token, and if token is there, then we have to do this. So what we have to do, we have to just okay, if token is not there, then we have to do this one, go to this part and paste it down, and if token is there, then what we have to do, then if token is there, then we have to call that this verify method, control X, paste it here, control V, fine. So we need to verify those token, and then once it gets verified, then request dot है ना decoded equal to decoded. This I am putting. Once that particular token gets verified, then we are adding a new key to this our existing object. So request is already an object, so we are adding a new key to this particular request object. We are adding request dot decoded is equal to whatever decoded user we are getting from this verify method, and then we have called the next. What the next means? Next means now proceed to the next routing. So here I have passed next. So once it gets verified, it proceed to the next routing. So inside profile method, I don't think we need these things for now, because we already done all these things inside our JWT check. So where है ना check token है ना equal to require. अच्छा, one more thing we have to do. Okay, model export we have already done. So we have to require a method that is I think middlewares. Inside middlewares we have JWT check. Perfect guys, perfect. Now because we have created a middleware, so we have to pass this middleware here. So once it is true, once our token is success, then only it will come inside. If our token is not verified and it is some error, then it will not come inside it. Perfect. So once our token gets verified, then what we have to do, we have to console.log request.decoded, because through middleware we have added this particular key inside the request object. So for now let me to first check it, and then I can do anything on it. Restart the server, and on the profile page, yes, I think we are getting something. Yeah, perfect. So inside object we have user. So go here, dot user. Now let us again restart our server. So restart our server and then do this and yeah, undefined. Why it is undefined? Why it is undefined? Why it is undefined? Not users, it is user. So go here and clear the things from there and then again call it, send it, and yeah, we are getting the user. We are getting the user object. Now we need to send this user to the so whenever we pass this particular middleware to any API for any REST API, automatically it gets checked there and the request object gets populated with this particular decoded key there, data member there. So now what we have to do, nothing we have to do, simply we have to do response.json, response.json, and inside this we are going to pass a object and this one. So let me restart again, go here, clear, restart server and click on perfect. Now this API is giving you complete information of that particular user. That's all for now. It's going to stop. Thank you.